Hey everybody, Kyle Gillette here from the Hey Bellingham podcast. I'm here with Chung Vong to talk to you about all things Bellingham, the exciting city of Bellingham, our county, everything from the mountains to the ocean and everything in between, restaurants, artists, and businesses. And today we're really excited to have our guest on the show today with us, who is the president of the Ferndale Kiwanis Club. She's passionate about finding ways to serve her community. Her involvement with Kiwanis has allowed her to volunteer with others who share that commitment, especially in ways that improve the lives of children. She has worked in the pulp and paper industry, education, and her own professional organizing business. Before starting her own private tutoring business, Kathy Young recently celebrated 35 years of marriage and is a proud mom of 2 grown sons and a grandma to a sassy orange tabby cat. So as we interview Kathy Young, I want to ask you to welcome her to today's episode of the Hey Bellingham podcast. And thank you, Kathy, for joining us. We're excited to have you here with us. Well, hey, everybody, welcome again to another episode of Hey Bellingham. We're excited here to have Kathy Young with us. Welcome to the show, Kathy.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, we bumped into each other, like almost quite literally, just barely bumped into each other at a Ferndale Chamber event and had a conversation afterwards and learned a lot about what you're doing with Kiwanis and was very impressed and excited about what you're doing and wanted to bring you on the show. But some people don't know what the heck Kiwanis is or have a misunderstanding of what it is. Could you please share with us what it is and also how you got involved with it in the first place?
Sure, I'd be happy to. And yes, you are spot on. When I would say, Kiwanis, people get this glazed look and they go, I think my grandpa was in that. Like they don't know. So Kiwanis is an international service organization. It was founded in 1915, and it is about improving the lives of children throughout the world, one child and one community at a time. And the reason I got involved was almost 7 years ago when I moved to Ferndale. I saw the incredible display of American flags along Main Street that were posted on federal holidays. And I thought, that's really cool. I wonder who does that. And a little bit of digging led me to Kiwanis. And here I am now, president of the club.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming president? Like what drew you in and that's a commitment. It's not a small thing. So tell us about that.
It is a commitment. And I just had joined and then COVID hit. And so, we went to Zoom meetings and stuff like that. And when the former president's term finished, they asked me because they cornered me and no, they felt that I could bring maybe some new perspective and energy in. And I met with all of the people, the former members that were current at the time, and said, what advice would they have? What direction do they want to see the club go? And I really took the ball and ran with it. So our club is almost tripled in size since I took over the reins.
And that was 3 years ago, is that right?
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
What do you attribute the growth to over the last 3 years? What has changed that's allowed it to have triple in size?
I've worked my tail off for one. I absolutely will own that. I think when I realized that we were a member of the Chamber of Commerce and going to the luncheons, introducing myself and letting people know what we are. I think service clubs in general, people are afraid to commit. So I would have coffee with people and say, excuse me, I know people are busy. Life is busy. It's not a bunch of retired people. We want young people, new ideas, and we will be happy to have you serve in whatever capacity you're able. You're not fined if you don't show up to meetings. You don't get a dirty look. Show up when you can, if you can, how you can. And I think that really spoke to people because they really wanted to be able to give back, but they really didn't know how. And Kiwanis enables them to find worthwhile and meaningful projects and participate how they can.
Can you tell us a little bit about maybe one of your favorite projects that you've been a part of since you became president?
One that would definitely qualify is what they call a Kiwanis moment, something where you just know you are part of a club that can make a difference. So we, as I mentioned, post flags along Main Street. And after one of the days, a gentleman reached out on Facebook and said he had lost a good friend, military. He lost him to PTSD is what I'll say. So we had taken the conversation off of Facebook, and the more he shared about this man, I thought he initially just wanted to buy a flag in his honor. And I said, we can do more than that. People need to know his name to keep it in a place of honor. So we got a plaque, had it engraved with this gentleman's name. I arranged for the Marines to come and march, the Boy Scouts. We marched all the way down Main Street with the Marine hymn. We met out front of Outlaws where his flag still is posted, nine federal holidays a year. We had a little reception. The mayor was there. The gentleman's mother came up from the Seattle area. And it was so meaningful to be a part of that. And I thought, we need to keep this going. And I think we've now got over a dozen veteran flags where they've been honored for their service. Families have surprised them. It's just been a really powerful way to up the specialness, if that makes sense, of the flags on Main Street. So that's been something that I've been really proud of, initiating and being a part of.
That's great. And just curious, I was looking at your website and it looked like it was very children focused. Is there what other types of things do you guys do as far as for children?
That's a great question. One of the neat things about Kiwanis is that each community can determine, or each club can determine the needs based on their community. We are active volunteers with Wildbird Charity that focuses on food insecurity. When we started volunteering after the director came and spoke to our club, we made a donation and thought, well, we'll show up, pack some bags. We were doing about 200 or 300 bags a week, and we're now packing almost 1,000 bags a week. These go for kids that don't have food over the weekend. We, at sort of the bequest of our mayor, police, school district, we started a leadership club at Horizon Middle School that has been very well received. We're hoping to do a dictionary program for third graders where every child, third grade in Ferndale, would receive a dictionary. We provide leadership opportunities for young people. They help at the Senior Citizens Valentine's Luncheon, which is always so much fun. The kids come in all nervous. The little boys, their hair slicked back and, shirts are buttoned up to here. And they're nervous. And by the end, they don't want to leave. They're pouring coffee. They're serving desserts. They're speaking to the senior citizens who may or may not have opportunities to interact with young people. It's just a really affirming and positive event. We've got the youth fishing derby. I mean, I could go on and on about the ways we
That's awesome.
serve the community.
And so you're I guess there's different areas. It's an international or national is Kiwanis international or is it
It is an international service club. We're in 85 nations and growing. There's new clubs starting up all the time. It's just a wonderful way to serve, meet people, make great friends who are similarly wanting to make a difference, but maybe don't know how to connect, where to connect. It can feel kind of overwhelming sometimes because there's a lot of wonderful, wonderful organizations, and finding what's the best fit for you or your time, your energies. Kiwanis just is, so we're dabbling. We're sort of anywhere and everywhere that we feel there's a need. The Ferndale Food Bank we support, we hold food drives. We have a wonderful first responders Appreciation Day every February. We started that during the pandemic. And, just huge platters with, bagels and coffee and fruit and tea and hot chocolate and oatmeal, with personalized letters to each of the stations saying how much we appreciate their service to the community. So from senior citizens to, our youngest up and coming leaders, we cover all sorts of things.
Awesome.
It sounds like a really amazing experience to be a part of. But here's the but. Some people go, man, this is a lot of time. I don't know if I can commit to this. What does it look like for someone to be a member and commit to it where they feel like, oh, I'm here and I'm present, I'm making a difference? What is a typical member experience in that regard?
Well, we have got a lot of people who just keep coming back year after year. Some of them we only see at the fishing derby in April, or they only, and I put that in italics, can help with the flags a couple times a year. And we just say, you know what? We know you're busy, but we want you, and we want you to know you're welcome. We will always be thrilled to see you, and don't feel bad if you can't make a meeting. We have socials where we can get to know each other better. And I think that a lot of people, especially who are new to the community, really have welcomed the opportunity to make new friends, get to know their community. And, with these coffee dates I have with prospective members, I just say, we're not taking attendance at meetings. If you can do one service hour a month, and maybe that's mowing your neighbor's lawn who's in the hospital, that counts. That counts towards your service. It doesn't necessarily have to be, a big program that we're running like the fishing derby. We'll take you in whatever way you are able to. We don't want this to be something stressful where you're going, oh, geez, I got Kiwanis. It's like, hey, we got Kiwanis today and we got a great speaker. We're having a student of the month. So there's just, we're thrilled to have people join us in whatever way they're able.
Sure. So if someone comes in to a meeting, what can they expect from a, quote unquote typical meeting?
Sure. Well, first of all, they'll be warmly welcomed. This last week, we had an amazing speaker from Growing Veterans, and we actually had two veterans that saw our things on Facebook, and they could sort of walk in, and one of our members go over, hi, nice to meet you, come have breakfast or lunch, whatever. And so we open with a Pledge of Allegiance. Kiwanis is non-political, no religious affiliation. We have Happy Bucks where we can throw $1 in the hat and share some fun, exciting news. We go over an agenda of upcoming service events. And then the first meeting of the month is dedicated to Student of the Month. And we work with the leadership team at the high school, and we've met some incredible young people and get to learn about, the heartbeat of the city, the up and coming people who are going to be serving, working in our community. And it is always a highlight. Our third meeting of the month, we meet the third Tuesday of the month. So that meeting is our breakfast meeting. And that's when we have a speaker from the community. We've had, as I mentioned, Growing Veterans, people from the food bank, from Animals as Natural Therapy. We had a local author come and speak to us. We had the salmon recovery program come and talk. So there's interesting things to learn about our community, and it's just always an interesting thing. And if you just want to come in to listen to the speaker, you're welcome to. Nobody's going to be following you out into the parking lot and, thrusting a membership application in your hand. We really want people to know who we are, what we strive to do, and want it to be a welcoming experience where people go, oh, I know what Kiwanis is now.
That's awesome. So let's talk about the future. of
Okay.
Kiwanis. I know you're thinking future.
Oh, I'm always thinking future.
Tell us about some of the ambitions that you have for it and members have for it. What would you like to see happen?
Um, a lot of the things that we would love to see happen will depend on, of course, our numbers. Some of our members are plugged into running certain programs. Last year, we took over the Ferndale Fairly Flat almost annual turkey trot. The Cool family has been running for 10 years, and they kindly handed it over to us. That's a Thanksgiving Day fundraiser where money goes to the senior center and to the holiday giving store and the food bank. I would love to see that grow where we can continue to increase the funds that we give to those programs. We have the Builders Club at Horizon Middle School. I would love to expand that so that it's at the other middle school. Kiwanis is known for its leadership programs for young people. They have leadership programs in elementary school called like Bringing Up Grades. They also have a service club for adults with different abilities, and that's called Action Club. I'd love to do that. Our dictionary program, we are really invested in something called, oh my gosh, brain going here, Biz for Kids. And we have been reaching out to local businesses to see if they can financially make a donation. And that I'm really excited because one of my big goals was increasing our scholarship offerings. We were giving out two $500 scholarships for the longest time. And I said, I put two kids through university, we can do better. And so with the generous support of our community, tonight, actually, I'll be awarding three $1,000 scholarships. And for the first time ever, yes,
Woot woot.
we feel that growth, we are going to be able to award a scholarship for a young person who is not going the traditional 4-year. We're going to be able to award kids who are going to Bellingham Technical. Maybe they want to be a welder, maybe they want to be a dental technician. Those kids are just as deserving of our support as the kids that are going the 4-year way. So those are things that I'm really excited about seeing for our future.
That's awesome. And I mean, it just sounds like more members, please, because that brings more energy, brings more opportunity and more financing and everything.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you were talking to a prospective member right now that's listening to this or watching this episode, what would you want to share with them to help them check it out and potentially join?
I would again stress that we are a low pressure organization. Like I said, non-political, non-religious. We have people from all sorts of different ideas, opinions, the way they vote, the way they worship or not. It's left at the door. It's a great way to make connections, to be a part of something bigger without that huge investment. We want people to participate. We want them to be plugged in. We've had new members come and say, I've got this idea. A former nurse, she said, we're running really low for blood donations. Okay, we set up a mobile blood donation at Hagen's. So we're willing to listen to their ideas. We want them to be plugged into something that they are passionate about and are willing to listen. So bring us ideas, bring us your energy, bring us some ideas that maybe we hadn't thought of before, and we will try our darndest to incorporate that. We want them to be excited about their membership and to feel proud to be a Kiwanian at whatever capacity they're able. Come and join us. We're a fun gang.
Kiwanian, I like that. That's a fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of
Something
word?
else
I
so
was
during
gonna,
the pandemic, sorry.
oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So during the pandemic, when there was such a huge pivot with our teachers and students, we came up with something acknowledging our teachers. So we had like a teacher of the month, and Papa Murphy's was a fabulous and is a fabulous supporter of our program. So we went around and awarded teachers. They were nominated by families through our Facebook page and acknowledged them. And we switched that about 6 months ago to something I came up with, a fantastic Ferndalian award.
Mm.
And so we are having so much fun going out in the community. We surprised Councilwoman Ally Hawkinson last week, thanking her. This woman is so plugged in, and any event, any cool thing that Ferndale's doing, she's behind it somewhere. We surprised our public works people after plowing all the roads and keeping the roads clear. Erin Gunter is another amazing person. She just takes pictures of all these sporting events. It's been a lot of fun to recognize and acknowledge people who are just out there making our community better. We're always up for nominations. We got a couple that we're cooking right now and trying to track down. It's like being Santa Claus. It's a lot of fun.
So obviously you know Ferndale pretty well, and you know the people of Ferndale, the businesses, all these things. Can you talk to us a little bit as we're wrapping up here about what would you say are some of your favorite places or favorite experiences that you've had in Ferndale and then beyond into Whatcom County?
Sure. Well, I've lived here, it'll be 7 years. And I love when people come and visit Ferndale and Whatcom County. I always like to go down to Anytime Toffee. Number one, Tara makes an amazing Azteca mocha. Check it out. It's not just toffee. She has so many local artisans. Uncle Jesse's Pottery has got amazing pieces. His coffee mugs are great. Bellwood has this amazing spiced pumpkin liqueur. I don't drink, but darn, this is awfully nice stuff. That's a really fun place to go again with local crafters and artisans. And, you know, I love picking blueberries out in Linden in that season. Nothing beats the local berries. Heading up to Mount Baker, Artist Point, and boy, you can't beat Mount Baker Theater. A group of ladies and I went for the Cher sort of tribute show, and I was in head to toe sequins and a pink wig. We had a great time celebrating Cher. I'm going, I can't believe I went out like this, but you know, it's just like anything goes. There's so many things to plug into in this area. You know, Mount Baker, Artist Point, walking the spit up in Semiahmoo. I get so excited when out of town guests come. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to show them this. I can't wait to go here. I can't wait to go there. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of uncovered gems in this community that there really is. So, and I'm excited about the new sports bar that's opening up. That is the Score on Main Street. And things are happening in Ferndale. They really are. And I love that, you know, we don't necessarily have to go to Bellingham or other places. Oh, Bella Boutique is another really fun place. It's a consignment store. The ladies who run it are just lovely. They opened during the pandemic and recently opened their second location. So I'm super proud of them for taking that plunge. Yeah, lots to see and do.
Love it. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about Kiwanis or your experience with Ferndale before we wrap up our show today?
You know, a lot of people can't believe that I've only been here 7 years. They do. So Kathy seems to know everybody, and people are warm and welcoming, and the connections are there. The friendships are there if you're out there pursuing them. And I think that being authentic and wanting to serve my community, even though I'm a newcomer, has led to the growth in our club and led to my feeling like, you know, this Ferndale is my home. Kiwanis it's part of my identity anymore, because I've always felt it's important to give back to my community. And Kiwanis has allowed me to do that, get to know my community, the people in the community, and to serve my community.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And for the listeners out there, please do check out Kiwanis. What is the best way for people to check it out if they want to look you up online?
The website is for national Our Facebook page is really the best way to reach out to us. We've got a really active page, a lot of great pictures we post. And even if they go to our Facebook page and scroll through, they can get an idea of the activities that we're involved in and kind of go, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I wouldn't mind checking that out. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kathy, for being on today's episode of the Hey Bellingham Show. Both Chung and I are very excited to have you been on the show and to promote this episode to get people to be much more aware of what's going on with Kiwanis and all the fantastic things you guys are doing. So thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Stories unfolding